Here we go, guys. We've got Michaelyan and we've got BigV. BigV always looking for that big victory, but we've got pre-bans coming out here to set that tone.
BigV with a strong pre-ban here. Michaelyan with the first pick. BigV doesn't want to fight the Trunk Pong, wants to lean possibly toward the Lulu setup here, or maybe even just go for a heavier wind composition.
Yeah, we'll see what Michaelyan's looking to draft here, and we see that Okeanos coming out. Okeanos being such a strong first pick. BigV responding immediately with double speed lead. We see that more, and we see that Ciara.
I like the double speed lead opportunity in here. Denies a lot of Michaelyan's prior compositions, a lot of his past picks. Michaelyan responds, wants something to deal with that more, doesn't want to fight the despair. Stuns there.
Yep, interesting seeing this Hagang and the Lulu coming out of Michaelyan.
BigV doesn't have the Trunk Pong. He banned it away. Can't pick it into Michaelyan here. A little bit on the weaker side with the Lulu on the field.
And BigV looking to respond. And we are going to be seeing that Nikki and Kinky coming up for BigV.
Michaelyan does have a good opportunity to pick a lot of damage here, though. Does not want to pick the Molly. Does not want to pick the Artemil into this. A little too scary for that opportunity. So what are we going to see?
Definitely not going to be seeing that out of here. If we do see out of here, I think we can kind of predict who's going to be a victor in this match. But we're seeing a Ganny coming out, missing a little bit of damage on the side of Michaelyan right now.
Oh, let's see a Carnal here. But instead we see Rika. We've seen her banned all the time. BigV responding, same as last time, picks the Annabelle. Very good, strong unit here.
Double cleanse for BigV. I don't think he's going to be banning out this Rika, and we've seen Rika banned the majority of the time.
Yeah, pretty effective. The defense break does set up the Kinky fairly well, as well as setting up, that crit damage. Nikki is going to hit really hard since she attack buffs herself first. I think we might actually see a Ganny ban here.
Ganny is going to be banned out, and the Annabelle as well.
Both good, both really good bans on each side. I think BigV still does lean towards the advantage as the Nikki set up.
Yep, well, speed lead on the side of BigV is BigV taking first turn and putting on that pressure here with Michaelyan, and we have BigV taking that first turn.
Here it comes. Oh, does manage to land the stun, though. Hagang with the big stun onto Nikki with the defense break into Hagang.
Yeah, definitely a big stun right there on top of Nikki. Does not have a way to cleanse that up right now. You can see that third skill trying to stun up everybody except that Kinky.
And Kinky getting defense breaks on 2 units on first turn, does move before the Lulu, manages to take out 2 units on the first turn, and we're looking like we have a pretty good advantage here for BigV.
Definitely looking like a pretty good advantage already. Kinky's such a strong unit when a defense breaks on the field. Multiple defense breaks at that huge second skill damage here. And there's that cleanse coming out. I don't think Rika's going to be enough to get this victory for Michaelyan. Kinky being so powerful with these additional turns, not applying a defense break just yet.
Good stuns out from Rika. Has to be a little bit scared, though. He's got a lot of cleansing he needs to do here.
Definitely a lot of cleansing indeed. Bomb does land on top of this Lulu. Looking to get that defense break. Does not land it here, but we're going to see that additional turn pummeling more damage on top of this poor Lulu.
Rika lands the sleep on Sierra, gets the extra turn, can push forward. Another sleep into skill 3. This could be huge. It could be a lot of control.
It could be a lot of control, able to get all those additional turns with the first skill right there. Moore trying to push back some attack bars there. Goes for the third skill and sets that bomb off. It is a lonely Rika.
Looks like this big hill that Michaelyan has to climb is Kinky. Kinky absolutely obliterating every unit on his team.
Absolutely obliterating him. That is a huge victory for BigV, taking round 1 away from Michaelyan.
Yeah, it was nice to see Michaelyan pick something a little bit less predictable, but that Kinky-Nikki combo is pretty scary. I mean, as we can see, the double revenge on first turn to the defense breaks was enough to just take him down on the first turn. Didn't need the attack buff at all.
That was definitely scary for Michaelyan. Michaelyan knowing what he's terrified of, and he's banning that unit out. He doesn't want to see Kinky going into a round 2.
Has to play from a disadvantage. It is a best of 5, so he can come back in the situation, but BigV will have the opportunity to take away the first pick, Okeanos.
Is that Ciara first pick coming out of BigV? Michaelyan with 2 other picks, and he is going to be taking that Okeanos away from with the water. You look how quick BigV locked these units down. He goes at the Nikki, goes at the Gianna immediately.
I absolutely love seeing this. Nikki being such a rare unit to see both in high-level play and at SWC. Generally one of the more underrated units. A lot of people not being a huge fan of her, but after what we've seen at this showing of SWC, how could you not be a fan of her? She's absolutely incredible.
Definitely, most definitely. Its unit being buffed now is doing excellent. It's doing some big things for BigV. Michaelyan looking at drafting that Changpeng with the Ganny. BigV wrapping up his draft very quickly, might I add, with that Chiwu and Savannah.
Very standard draft here from Michaelyan, but it also looks like a very standard ladder draft from BigV. Michaelyan with the last pick. Escher wants to guarantee that turn one, but I don't know if it's going to be fast enough. BigV has some pretty fast runes.
Interesting that he decided to go with the Vertiheal instead of going with that Ashir here. So we're leaning towards a little bit more RNG that he gets these revenges off with the Vertiheal to help push his team forward. Bans are coming out right now.
So most likely seeing the Gianna ban here from Michaelyan. Picks the Water Ryu as well as the Verd to go alongside BigV into the Chiwu. But actually we don't. We see the Savannah ban, and there goes the Water Ryu. So BigV is going to take the risk into the Verd.
Yeah, definitely taking that risk for sure. Speed lead on the side of BigV. BigV definitely taking first turn here. Is the Vertiheal going to be enough for Michaelyan to get that edge on BigV, or is this going to be another victory for BigV? We're about to find out.
Michaelyan, a little bit scared here. The Gianna's going to get the 3 stuns.
Yeah, Gianna definitely playing it safe there. Wants to get that bomb out there and not take any turns there, stripping his team with that Chi. We're going to see that huge third skill coming up for Nikki, dealing so much damage, might I add.
This whole team's basically dead. BigV absolutely taking someone down on first turn. Misses the bomb, though. Sierra does not land it as we were hoping for. Doesn't quite get it.
He chose to detonate anyways. There was nothing to detonate. He just wanted that damage out there.
Yeah, so detonated the bomb on the Verd from the Gianna. Wanted that stun, but doesn't matter. Changpeng gets the extra turn.
And you see all that attack bar pushback coming out of that Chiwu as well. It's just looking so heavily favored BigV with great control going into this match here. Ciara looking to finish off this Changpeng and does so. It's a lonely Ganymede. It's a big victory for BigV.
That's a rough showing. Having that Gianna opportunity to move in before everything, not having that second speed lead to run there is just, you're basically giving it up to the Gianna. You know you're on triple will. The Gianna's going to stun your whole team. But even with the missed Sierra bomb, there was a lot of value that came out of BigV's draft. And I don't know if Michaelyan has the defensive nature to really stain through that Nikki.
It's so dangerous. We're going to be seeing possibly a Gianna or a Nikki pre-ban going into here, and it looks like Gianna's going to be the ban that Michaelyan's going to be choosing. How is he going to have to deal with this Nikki? How is he going to have to deal with this Kinky as well?
Michaelyan, being a traditional turn 2 player here, doesn't have a lot of opportunity to play turn 2 against BigV. BigV just obliterates the turn 2 setup, has so much AoE additional damage, has the heal block, has the attack buff. He's got it all.
It's so impressive the amount of damage we're seeing coming out of this Nikki. It's honestly crazy. I feel like we're going to be seeing a lot more Nikki nowadays for sure. And we've got the CR first pick coming out of Michaelyan. Looks like he's hovering over a Lulu. BigV with his own speed lead as well with an Okeanos.
Not liking the Lulu here for Michaelyan, playing the already potential turn 2 setup. Not very safe into the Nikki, and there it is. There we see it again. More additional damage. Nikki Kinky comes back for round 3.
Right. BigV knew Michaelyan did not handle the Kinky or that Nikki well at all, so he's going to be bringing him back here. Not worried about it. Doesn't need to 5th pick one of those units. He could just show him up right now. Michaelyan needs 2 big picks here. He needs to somehow counter these units. Maybe he's already looking to ban one of them. He needs to draft to counter another unit here, but this is a very important draft for Michaelyan.
I don't really like the Lulu because it doesn't give you a lot of pressure. It's just defensive nature. But the thing is, BigV's not afraid of your defense, Michaelyan. You got to pick aggressive. You got to go in and try to take him out on turn 1. Even with the Diana to cut the Nikki there, I don't know if the shield's going to be enough.
Well, there's that Savannah coming out here. Ooh, chooses to swap it up here. Not locking in that Savannah. Michaelyan still looking at a turn 2 draft at the moment. And BigV looking to draft one more unit to help put a wrench into Michaelyan's plan.
Does lock in the Savannah. Savannah, very safe option. Annabelle was pretty all right here too. But Michaelyan only really has 2 ways to deal with this Kinky. Either has to ban it or relies on the bombs or Mo Long to kill. And one of those could very easily get banned in this draft.
Well, I think he's got to ban one of those LD units. It's just so powerful for BigV. He's already proved to know how to use them very, very well. Michaelyan kind of on the back foot just in this draft alone, but maybe he can turn it around. RNG is a cruel mistress.
The Diana ban. Expecting maybe the Kinky ban here. Bans out the Diana.
Well, we've got a speed lead for Michaelyan. He's got that CR out there. Is it going to be enough for Michaelyan to take a victory away from BigV? We have Water Ryu kicking it off with some strip and attack bot pushback as well.
No defense break on the Revenge this time. Who moves next? Did Michaelyan get enough attack bar? There it is. Sierra's getting to go.
Sierra finally landing a bomb here right on top of the Savannah. Not dismounting this unit, but not getting defense broken by that Kinky as well. We possibly may see... Well, we're going to be seeing a big second skill coming at a Mo Long with the stuns on top of Moore and that Nikki.
Mo Long with the huge stun denies the Nikki the attack buff for the Kinky, but Kinky's on a rampage. He's going off, shrugs off the glancing debuff.
Yeah, shrugs off that glancing debuff, dealing a lot of damage to that Ciara. Able to dismount the Savannah, which is very, very important here. I think he needs to heal up that Ciara. Heals it up with the first skill, possibly putting immunity on himself.
Doesn't go for it. Saves the immunity, wants the cleanse here. Nikki could go for the skill 3, wants the big attack buff, but goes for the skill 2 cleanse, wants to pop off the team first, afraid of that Mo Long skill 3.
Definitely afraid of that Reckless Assault coming out of Mo Long. Mo Long looking to defense break a unit, trying to drop the Savannah. Only dealing a little bit of damage. You can see that big skill 2 coming out, dealing some damage to Ciara. Ciara still looking pretty healthy right now, unless, of course, this unit gets these additional turns to try to remove this unit from the field. Kinky being an absolute menace.
Pretty tough matchup here. BigV needs to hit these bombs. Does hit the bomb on the Kinky, and the extra turn to possibly take down the Savannah. Savannah goes down.
Takes down the Savannah. This might be Michaelyan's opportunity. He's finally landing this bomb. He already used the cleanse with his Nikki. It is looking fairly well for Michaelyan now.
It's Lulu. Although I didn't like it, is getting a lot of turns here. It's giving a lot of protection to the Sierra. Sierra very, very tanky.
Look at all that damage coming out from that Nikki. We still have another bomb coming out here. It does land on top of the Water Ryu. He needs to detonate it to make sure he stuns up this Kinky. Kinky's still alive, though.
Kinky getting taken out by the Reckless Assault. Michaelyan has overcome his fear of the Nikki and the Kinky. Figured out a way to beat it.
Definitely figured out a way to beat it, indeed. Looking very good and heavily favored Michaelyan with this Lulu able to sustain his team.
Oh, but maybe we shouldn't speak too soon. Nikki could go for the sleeves, just like the Rika last time. Could get the extra turns into the skill 3 to end the game.
He might go for a skill 2 just to heal up his Water Ryu, but there's a good chance he might go for a skill 1, dropping one of those units, but also getting an additional turn.
Goes for it, lands the crit, almost takes out the Sierra. Not quite. Sierra does take down the Moore, and it's not looking good for BigV. The defense break comes out. Sierra should be able to finish off here.
Ciara is going to be finishing this off here. And finally, Michaelyan answering back with BigV with a huge round 3 victory.
Yeah, that was actually a beautiful draft there from Michaelyan. He did exactly what we were looking for. We wanted him to pick something that was different, something that worked. And with the last setup there with the Diana and the Mo Long, it forced BigV to make a choice. He had to pick whether he thought the Kinky was getting banned or not. And in this situation, he really did think the Kinky was getting banned, so he had to ban out the Diana.
Yeah, that was excellent decisions there. A lot of pressure with the units being drafted in that match there. But Michaelyan, he needs to play like that once again. Going into this match here, we're going into a game 4. This is very important for Michaelyan. He cannot lose this round. Kinky's getting banned out here. Pre-banned is also going to be the Hey Gang as well. BigV with that first pick.
Yeah, Sierra definitely coming out as the first pick here. Has the Sierra-Gianna combination.
And that Ciara is going to be drafted by BigV. Michaelyan looking at drafting a speed lead himself, the Water Ryu and the Okeanos. Once again, these double deck units coming out, the Gianna and the Nikki for BigV.
Michaelyan leaning towards the pretty standard draft like last time. This is almost looking identical to our match too.
Looks like he's going to be bringing another speed lead as well. Chiwu Chungpong is confirmed for Michaelyan. BigV looking to wrap up his draft. He's hovering over that Verdi heal. Does he choose to draft it with all of that AoE that Michaelyan does have?
Here it is. Here's the swap. Michaelyan taking the Chiwu. BigV responding, taking the Verd alongside the Volantis. Wants the double RNG setup into Michaelyan.
That's some great drafting coming from BigV. This is where you have this unit depth, these LD Nat 5s. Great positioning for these units. BigV looking very strong, drafting that Verdi heal alongside that Volantis. Michaelyan really needs to respond well with this 5th pick.
Very scary draft on Big V's side. Most likely leaning towards a Chibu ban already. The attack bar pushback does deny a lot from most of the units, but with how fast they are, if the Verd stays up, it might be okay.
Interesting last pick coming out of Michaelyan. He's picking the Rika here.
And Rika again into the Nikki. Does work. We could see the Nikki ban in this situation if he doesn't want the cleanse or the attack buff, but either way, a lot of good opportunities on both sides. A lot of scary units up here.
Definitely a lot of scary units indeed. Does Michaelyan have enough CC to stop these units from taking these extra turns? The Volantis, the Vertiheal being great units going into his draft. Is the Rika going to be enough? Gianna's getting banned out here. Okeanos is getting banned out here. Speed leads for both teams. Who's going to get this first turn?
I'm thinking first turn leads towards Michaelyan here.
Well, Michaelyan with the strip attack bar pushback. Volantis with the additional turn cutting in there.
Yeah, the big revenge to gain attack bar, and here it goes. No strip from the Rika, though.
Rika not being stripped there was very important that Big V landed that. So here we go. We're going to see that second skill come out there, getting the big stuns. Vertiheal looking to push up some attack bar to get a cut in front of Michaelyan.
Vertiheal, pretty good value here, though. Will get his Nikki in before the Rika will have the skill 3 opportunity.
Bomb looking to be placed on top of this Chongpong does land. He's going to be detonating this bomb here to stun up this unit. Does get the stun. Vertiheal looking to push up his attack bars to help get in front of Michaelyan.
Big V most likely going for a skill 3 here. Wants the attack buff. Doesn't quite need to top up yet. Could save it for after the Rika uses her skill 3.
So much damage coming out of this Rika with that skill 3. Volantis pummeling on some more damage on top of Michaelyan. Big V looking so strong right now.
Oh, and Big V, the Volantis counter stun into the Rika, denies Rika any opportunities. It's not looking good for Michaelyan. Big V's leaning in towards it.
Definitely not looking good at all. There's the big heal, shutting down everything Michaelyan threw at him. Bomb does miss, but it does not matter. Big V with the round 4 victory over Michaelyan.